Good morning, welcome to Bengaluru, and we're on the 15th floor of the Shangri-La Hotel at a ridiculously early hour. Today we're going to be flying from here in Bengaluru to London Heathrow using British Airways business class. More specifically, we're using the club suites for the first time, which is very exciting. Do you want to see what it's like? Hi, here we are, Bengaluru check-in area. This is nice. We'll get a few more details a bit later on, but yeah, it's very nice. It's a beautiful new airport. So, today's flight we're going to be on British Airways business class. We're on a Boeing 777. It's 14 years old and it's been fitted with the club suite cabin. So if you saw my video over a few weeks ago, you'll have seen that we travelled out to India on a 787, which was in the old Club World config. Now, although I travelled BA a reasonable amount, weirdly, this will be the first time I've travelled on Club Suite, so I'm actually quite excited about this flight. A family of 4, so we've booked 1A through to 1K. Okay, so here we are in the Bangalore 080 lounge. So this terminal is brand spanking new, literally open about 6 weeks, we understand. And this is their lounge for the premium passengers, apparently. So it has a nice lookout over the remainder of the terminal, which is very, very green. Lots of fountains everywhere. That rustling you hear in the background is the fountains. So yeah, it's all very nice actually. There was the check-in process, which was slightly chaotic, but nevertheless, it was pretty nice. What else have we got? So this is where we've based ourselves, in the talkies. With cocktails and things. You have a business class section. We've been routed into there for some reason. Now this is the Nico Bar Lounge. So I'm guessing that there's a sort of a paid option, so you can pay to come in here. Hence they have a separate business class section allocated. But it seems a bit odd that we in business class have been routed to probably the darkest part of the lounge. But yeah, not much in the way of view of the apron. You could almost be in a upscale shopping mall rather than an airport. But there we go. It's all very nice though. Wood everywhere and fake plants and real plants, and it's nice enough. There's a bar, a lady there on a bit of glass of white wine at 5:45 in the morning, each to their own. That area's sealed off for whatever reason. But I mean, it's nice, it's new, it's I guess most things that you want from a lounge. We'll go have a look at the food and the drinks. We've just partaken of a pomegranate juice, that was quite nice, and a guava juice and an apple juice, and they all got pretty good reviews on the from the family, so that's a decent start. So here we are at one of the self-serve drink stations. I think alcohol you get from the bar, but you've got coffee and what have you here. Quite like these seating areas with the sort of circular design. a dosa station. This is the banyan by the river section. There's the juices referred to, a bit of fruit. Your usual Indian breakfast fare, really. And then your live kitchen. And there you are, that's the lounge. Might have an omelette in a minute, actually. It looks quite good. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's pretty quiet at the minute, so we're the best one in the world. We're probably seeing it at its best. So yeah, might queue up for a coffee in a minute. I've only got one machine working. Oh, and the other thing is, you don't get Wi-Fi sort of for everybody. You have to go and ask a member of staff for a individual Wi-Fi code. So he's got lists and lists of codes, and then you take your device and enter one of these codes, and that's how you get your Wi-Fi. Seems a bit old-fashioned, really, in this day and age, doesn't it? But there we go. Okay, so here's a few thoughts about the service we received in India, because every now and then it can surprise you at how good it is, and then you can of course be thoroughly disappointed by other things. But two examples spring to mind just in the airport experience we've had this morning already. Number one, we were met by someone from our hotel at the airport for the departure process to basically make sure that we were escorted from the taxi that the hotel arranged to the check-in desk. So they, took care of all the bags and everything and took us through security. That's pretty impressive service. I know we're sort of paying a premium for that, but nevertheless, something that we appreciate. Interestingly, it was the same guy who also met us again when we were coming off the previous flight. So we got off that flight, I think from memory it was about 11 o'clock at night, and he met us this morning at 4 o'clock, 4:30 a.m. So he worked some pretty serious hours. The other interesting bit of service that we've just had, they have the coffee machines that you saw in the video a bit earlier, and one of them's broken, so they have one ladies whose job it is to run the coffee machine. So you go up, you tell her what you want, she presses the button on the machine. It's not rocket science. However, what she does to make it even better is she gets the mug, she runs the boiling hot water for a second, fills the mug with boiling hot water, swirls it around, throws the water away, and then delivers you your coffee into that same mug. So that gives you a much hotter mug to start off with. These things are little, but I quite like that, really. I was sort of, it's the little things that count, and that's one of them. So there you go, something to look out for if you're ever in Bengaluru 080 lounge. Club Suites, here we are, finally sat down. Let's take a look at the seat area, shall we? So we've got the famous door. We'll take a look at that in a bit more detail later. The screen looks like a decent quality. We'll take a look at the resolution and everything on that later, and the content. Underneath that you've got this tray table here, which slides down like that, and indeed slides down again like that, and then folds like that. That's a pretty decent size, actually. Folds back up like that, like a sort of ski jump or something. Underneath that you've got the old front coffin, which has got a big blanket and a pillow. That looks quite nice. Moving around, staying on the lower level, we've got another little storage area down there, which I think is lower, so that when this is in bed mode, You've got somewhere to keep your glasses or whatever, and a bit of information about the plane, the 777 that we're on. Moving up, we've got noise cancelling headphones as usual, and we've got now there should be a flap here, and that's missing for whatever reason on this seat, which isn't very impressive really, given how new the cabin is. But in here you've got a controller for the entertainment system. We've also got a 3-pin power and a USB-A. We've got another USB-A over here together with the headphone jack. We've got my orange juice, which I'll just move here. We've also got the White Company Amenity bag. We'll have a little look at that later on. We've got another little storage area here. Can't get much in there other than a phone maybe. We've got another storage area here. I just thought I'd show you this. It's a bit beaten up already. But open that. Mirror, water, and that's where the Amenity kit was. Keep spinning around with a little light, and that light is controlled by this here, which is another sort of screen for controlling things like the light, which is quite neat, and also how you control the bed. And they're actually making it into a bed mode, spinning around a bit more. We've got the actual seat itself and a 3-point safety light. Pretty neat looking actually. I like this colour palette, it's quite muted. And there we are, back to the door. So, all in all, pretty nice. A couple of windows. There's not much to see out there at the minute, but we'll see if we can find anything else out the window a bit later on. But in the meantime, pretty happy. It's a shame about that missing flap. It makes sort of spoils the aesthetic a bit. But there you go. You can't have everything. Right. Let's see what else we can find, shall we? So here we are again. Boarding is completed. So it might be time to take a look at the menu. So as I mentioned, this is a very early morning flight, so it's currently just after 7 o'clock in the morning. It's around about a 10-hour 45-minute journey back to London Heathrow. So what they do on a flight of that length is typically serve 2 lots of food. So there'll be a breakfast, and then there'll be a sort of a lighter snack a bit later on. So let's have a look. We've got, I'll actually show you why not. So we've got orange juice, mango yogurt, fruits, smoked salmon, charcuterie plate, and then for the main course breakfast, it's a full breakfast or an omelette, or an Indian breakfast, which actually is pretty tempting, together with some bakery products. And then later on in the flight we'll have a light meal, which spicy curry, yeah, why not? Barramundi, it sounds decent. And a chocolate decadence cake, it'd be rude not to. So, as ever, you'll get the choice of various drinks and wines and sparkling wines. We had an orange juice as part of our pre-takeoff drink, which was nice. A bit early for me for alcohol, so I probably won't have too much of that. 10 minutes into the flight, thought it'd be worthwhile taking a look at the Wi-Fi options. Now, I suspect I'm not the only one, but I don't tend to use Wi-Fi on planes. I really enjoy the fact that you're sort of switched off from the world for a little while. But a lot of people, simply can't handle that, so they need the Wi-Fi options. So BA on this flight are offering Wi-Fi. There's a couple of different packages available. You can buy for an hour, or you can buy for 4 hours, or you can buy for a whole flight. And you can sort of grade that depending on whether you just want messaging or you want sort of full Wi-Fi access. Is it just me? You're paying thousands and thousands of pounds for a flight. Is it really beyond British Airways to allow you to browse the internet for free? It seems a bit penny pinching. I understand it's an expensive service to provide, but you either provide it or you don't provide it. Charging for it in business class seems a bit penny pinching to me. Other providers don't do it. Why the BA? Comments below, please. So let's have a look at the map. This is quite a modern system that we've got going on here, so I quite like this version. So as you can see, it defaults to a standard view. You can change this. You've got different views here that you can access, including one where you can see the view out of your window. I'm pretty sure that is that, apparently, but I do quite like this view. This one's pretty interesting as well. It's got a lot of information about the flight going on there, so you can see we're just climbing out through 22,000 feet. The other one is an overhead view, which is rather nice, gives you a good idea as to where you are in the world. And yeah, you can control all of this with your finger. It's pretty neat, and it's very entertaining. For people who like this sort of stuff, this is great. I think the one thing I would say about it is it's incredibly responsive. There's an awful lot of systems out there which are pretty clunky, and they don't give you anywhere near the level of sort of customization that you get with this system, and they are by no means as responsive as this particular system. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's time that we took a look at the entertainment on board. So here is the landing page, giving you a bit of information. There's 10 hours 20 minutes to go. If we have a look at the press entertainment, not very responsive, is it? But let's have a look at the movies that we've got. So quite a big range there. They've got quite a lot of newish looking movies, so that's a good selection to choose from. And yeah, definitely a couple that I would watch. We can then take a look at the TV section. And what we got in TV? A lot of Paramount Plus stuff. I think British Airways must have some sort of tie-in with Paramount Plus, but yeah, new Frasier and what have you. 1923 supposed to be very good. Something I've recently got into is some of the audio things on board, and Joseph Fiennes there for Dear England, a very good play actually, if anyone gets to see that. A bit of Lewis Capaldi, even ABBA in concert if you're into that sort of stuff. But the thing I am quite into at the minute, especially in the audio section, is the podcasts. If we can manage to make this thing work. So on the left hand side there, once we get into the audio piece, definitely not as responsive as the moving map, the entertainment system. But yeah, quite a few podcasts there. So this one, Scottish Story. You've got all the series there. In fact, it's all Scottish, isn't it? Billy Connolly, Brian Cox, they're all Scottish. But nevertheless, a few things I would definitely give a go to there. Games. Your usual sort of supply of different types of games. I think you can actually play with other people on board. Chess as well. I may even give that a go here. So yeah, keep me out of mischief for the next 10 hours, 18 minutes, won't it? Just realised when we were talking about the entertainment, we forgot to mention the headphones. So they came in an individually sealed plastic case, and these are them. They're fairly cheap. I mean, to be honest, most people these days have got some sort of pair of their own noise cancelling headphones, and unfortunately there's no Bluetooth capability to get the movie audio on the entertainment system through your own headphones, which is a shame. But nonetheless, these are a pretty decent alternative. Okay, so now it's time to have a look at the Amenity kit that we get with British Airways. As usual, it's the White Company version, so let's see what we've got. So we have big ticket items here. We have the socks, always useful for some people. The eye mask, British Airways eye masks, always nice. I like those. Getting fairly used to these Amenity kits, so if I seem a bit jaded, don't hold it against me. So we've got the luxury lip balm, which actually I've started to use and is quite good. Bit of information about the wine company who supply this Amenity kit. We have the old pulse point thing, which I've still never used, I don't really understand. Oh, thank you. Hot towel, this is good. Ear defenders, useful for sleeping, very useful. Not sure how much sleep I'm going to be doing on this flight, we'll see. Hot towel's just been delivered. Actually, baking oil. Very nice, very nice. What else have we got going on here? We've got toothbrush, toothpaste. Definitely handy for a overnight flight. We've got the old moisturiser. Maybe give that a go later. Here we come into the end. Except that British Airways pen, without doubt, the best thing in the whole Amenity kit. And that's it. Pretty decent, really. I especially like the pen. Come on, everyone else. Provide a pen. It's really useful. Right, that's the Amenity kit. So, breakfast is a rough gift. I went for the smoked salmon starter and a citrus burst mocktail. Don't forget, it is really early yet, so no alcohol for me. So let's have a look. Very nicely presented. Lemon, smoked salmon, bit of cream cheese, capers, chocolate mousse, bit of butter, bit of jam. I'm not sure what that is. Curd, I'm guessing. And the old mocktail. Let's have a try and see how we feel. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I'll give that a try. Looks beautiful. Let's see how we go. Main course for breakfast, I went for the omelette, and this is what I've got. Which again, I think looks pretty good to me. Got the
drink again, citrus burst, that was surprisingly good. Omelette, potato, I'm not entirely sure what these are. Oh, actually these are, I bet these are good. Hang on a minute, I'm going to try this, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, not bad this. Although, I'm not sure how much this omelette I'm going to eat. It looks a bit iffy. I mean, omelettes must be difficult to do well on a plane, you would have thought. Yeah. That's a rubbery mess. I'm not going to eat that whole thing. Never mind. The salmon was good. And I'll probably eat the rest of the potatoes and things. Yeah, I might give that omelette a miss. But there we go. And the pastry was good too. And I'm still enjoying all these millions of movies. I still haven't decided what to watch. Been in the air for 45 minutes. Anyway. See you later. It's probably about time we had a bit of a better look at this here flatbed and door. Because ultimately that's what we're in business class for, is to have the ability to stretch out a bit of privacy and a bit of space. So, Club Suite is essentially called Suite because it has this door here, which is pretty simple. There's not a lot to it. As you can see, it's not especially high, and it doesn't actually quite fully close either. In that gap there. But it does give you a feeling of privacy, and ultimately that's something that we certainly pay a privilege for. So, we talked before about this little controller down here, which controls the seat. So there are certain presets, so if you want to go for the flatbed straight away, you press that one, and if you want to turn this off, then press that one. And if you want to individually control some of the things, you can. So if you want the leg sections come up. Not sure how easy it is to see that, but it's coming up. But ultimately, what you're really looking for is the flat bed. So let's go for the full flat piece. Tell, but we're going down and down and down. So there we are, fully flat. Now, first time I've done this, actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very long, so my head is just about at the end, and I've got my toes fully extended, and I can't actually reach the bottom. Now, bearing in mind I'm 6'3", that's pretty impressive. The one thing I would say is that there's not a lot of room around the shoulders, so my right shoulder has got this sort of leather armrest in it, which isn't especially comfortable. But that said, I'm a side sleeper, so I could probably find a position that I'm comfortable in, especially with the big blanket that they provide and the pillow as well. So yeah, I could probably get some good rest in here. It certainly feels very private with that door closed. It does mean that actually you could get pretty comfortable in here. In fact, maybe I will. It was an early start today, so I might just grab a couple of hours sleep as I can do so. So there we are. That's a little bit about the door and the bed. See you later. beautiful series of snow-capped mountains. That's to the the north of Iraq, neck of the woods. That's really brilliant. So just woken up, had a nice hour and a half sleep, and we are making decent progress. We've got 4.5 hours, 4 hours 50 still to run, and yeah, that's where we are. Lunchtime, and we have a prawn salad. They also delivered the dessert. So let's see. Oh, we don't have that here really. Bread roll, prawn salad, dessert for later. Looks good. Chicken curry. Okay, we're approaching the end of the flight now, so we're just coming into London Heathrow Airport. About 10 minutes left to run. Just a few thoughts on the cabin crew. So British Airways cabin crew typically are either really great or they can be a bit iffy. Today's flight was really split into those two. First half was pretty poor, to be honest. Some people were waiting a long time for drinks. They had to press the call bell a few times just to get a Coke. It really wasn't very impressive. Second half of the flight seemed like a completely different crew. I'm not sure. It seemed to be the same people. They just clearly had a better time in the second half because they were far more proactive. Far better service. So mixed bag. I was a little bit surprised at that. I don't like to give the cabin crew a hard time. They have a tough job. But you know, call it how you see it. It was a bit patchy today, which was a shame. But nevertheless, a good flight overall. Beautiful hard product. Food's pretty good today. And we're here on time and we're here in comfort, so that's all good. So we'll be landing shortly, and all being well, we'll be on the ground in about 15 minutes, and then we'll be off home. So until the next one, please do like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Bye. Oh mate, so cool.
Here's a bit of eagle action from our window on the 15th floor of the Shangri-La Hotel in Bengaluru. I'm not sure how easy it is to pick up on the fact that there's about 30, 40 maybe eagles constantly swooping around looking for prey. It's quite an impressive sight because they're literally at eye level, and some of them are very close to the window. It's very good, very impressive. Shangri-La, Bengaluru. You don't put this on your website.